Man, energy is huge when it comes to being consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to show up for yourself, mainly in the times that you don't want to.
What's up, world? We back again with another video.
We're back.
I'm G.
I'm Britt.
And this is the
Takeover.
There you go.
If y'all are new to our channel, we are just getting back into the hang of things. We are so sorry, y'all, that we left y'all hanging for so long. It was not intentional. We just had to get our stuff together and prioritize, but we are back. And like I said, if you are new to the channel, we like to touch on things that we feel like people in our genre, in our age group, who deal with a lot of the same stuff we deal with, and how we deal with it. And today, Bae wanted to talk about
consistency.
Something we all are terrible at and hate to even admit it to ourselves.
My whole life, all I ever wanted to be, all I ever wanted to do was just be a great individual. And then I met her, and we shared some of the same goals, some of the same dreams. At that very moment, I knew then I had something.
Over time, we kind of built this routine, and that's pretty much what consistency is for the most part, right? It's like it's a routine.
Correct.
It's being strategic, it's being intentional, it's being direct, it's being like, you have to know what you're doing it for in order for you to continue to go in this routine that you have. So it was like, over time, you know, him and I would go into this path, and that path led to a routine, and so we just kept being consistent with it. We stayed on the right path. We did what we felt we needed to do outside of what everybody else was doing, because let's be honest, it ain't easy to be consistent. Like, it's very easy to veer off. It's very easy to, you know, go for the instant gratification. It's very easy to live in the moment, which is fine, but very temporarily. Like, you get nowhere if you have no plan, if you don't know where you throwing your darts. So I feel like the first step to even ever becoming consistent in something is to know what it is that you want to do.
You have to sit down and figure it out. Put a plan together. Some people can just put something together in their head and just memorize it. Some people, it takes them to have to write it down, you know, and to just day to day look at it, you know, as a reminder, like, these are steps I need to follow. And then it becomes what I call a pattern, you know. Lately,
you know, him and I have been working so hard on a lot of different things that sometimes it can begin to feel like it's not working.
Right, like, you're overwhelmed sometimes.
Right, and like your efforts are going unnoticed, and you know, like the regular entrepreneurial doubt, the stuff that fear that's trying to keep you from where you already know you're going, you know. And like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, like I said, it doesn't require a partner to be consistent, but if you have an accountability partner, if you have somebody, it doesn't have to be your husband, it don't even have to be a relative, like, if you have somebody that you can powwow with, because there are times where, like, I'm at my low and he has to bring me up. He has to remind me of why we're doing what we're doing and how consistency is key. We've been told that time and time again. So consistency is key.
Being an entrepreneur is just, it's tough, especially in the beginning. The beginning stage, trying to figure things out. You know what it is that you're trying to do. You know what you want to become in life. It's getting there. There are steps to get there. That's what a consistency is. relies on. It's like, come on now, we here and we need to get here. You have to keep repeating certain steps if you want to succeed. And it's very in the middle, from start to finish. You got to worry about the middle. What you gonna do? You in the middle now. You have to just keep going. You have to figure it out. There's gonna be times where you get stuck. You get sidetracked. You have to just remain humble. Surround yourself around those who positive. Those who gonna empower you to do exactly what it is that you need to do to get to where you become. It's hard to do it by yourself, but it can be done. But if you have someone who's riding with you, I don't care, a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, a good friend, cousin, it doesn't matter, an individual with the same mindset, y'all can accomplish those goals
for real
together, and it's that much easier.
For real.
If I happen to get sidetracked, I have someone here to pull me back straight, align my vision, you know?
Right.
So I mean,
it's a blessing, you know, and we understand that it's not a normal thing. Like, we're grateful. We're very, very grateful that we have what we have, you know, and that the resources that was given to us, blessed, you know, we were blessed with. Like, we understand that ain't always the situation, that ain't always the case, but I refuse to believe that that's the only way to win. You know, it's just our journey.
Right.
And I feel like energy is huge when it comes to being consistent. Huge, because if your energy is low, you're not doing anything.
Right.
You're not doing anything. You're gonna do the things that are required of you, like that 9 to 5 or whatever that you have. You're gonna pick up your kids from school and you're gonna make sure they're eat, but you're not doing anything outside of those requirements that's gonna keep you, you know, on the right path, because your energy is like, I'd rather just lay down. I'm gonna watch this TV. We're gonna eat these snacks. We're gonna scroll in, you know, IG for a little while and go to bed. Like, I've been there. This is how I can tell you, I've been there. And weeks will go by where I have not accomplished anything, and I have to sit back and realize, hold on, my energy ain't where I'm supposed to be. My vibe is very low. You want to be on, your vibrations need to be above the clouds for you to be consistent, because life ain't easy. There's so many things out there specifically to deter you, specifically to make you sit there and watch that TV and not do the things that you know you told yourself you were gonna do. You have to be consistent. You have to show up for yourself, mainly in the times that you don't want to. Right. Mainly in those times. And I tell you, by myself, my own personal experience, 9 times out of 10, when I push myself to do those things I know I need to do, I feel so much better at the end. And it's a mental game. That's really all consistency is. It's a mental game. It's a habit. That's it. It's a habit. Write them down. Yep. Oh yeah. I was just talking. We were talking to somebody at the networking thing. The lady who was on the podcast or whatever, and we were talking about, you know, pen and paper, and I was telling her I keep my notebook and my pens in my purse at all times, because there's something magical about writing down your ideas, your goals, your to-dos. Like, I get that you have a notepad on your phone. I get that we use laptops very regularly. I get those things, but it's just something personal about taking your time, your labor, and writing it down in handwriting. When you do that, I think there's even studies that show that you end up when you look back on your stuff, you end up accomplishing more that you wrote down on paper than a note you put in your phone. Right. Like, it's very important that you journal. journal. Like, even if it's 2 words, something, even if it's something to remind you to do something, even if it's something to say, oh, I like how that sounds, let me write it down, or even if you just met somebody, or have a notebook just full of things.
Right.
Have a notebook and keep all of them consistent with that path, because remember, you can't be throwing darts everywhere. That notebook has to be consistent with where you're going, so when you flip to any page and you read any part of your handwriting, it is reminding you of your why. That is so important. So important.
Again, you have to surround yourself around positive individuals. That's the only way. Y'all sit around, the energy is at the most high.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And the topics, you guys are motivating each other.
It's just a different atmosphere.
It's a different environment.
Yes.
If when me and her share similar goals, we have somewhat almost like the same mindset when it comes to certain things. So when we get amongst the wrong crowd, the wrong energy,
we looking at each other like,
oh, it's time to go. You know, because we not meant for that at that time. It's like we got too much going on right now to be sitting here doing absolutely nothing.
So
I call it wasting time.
It's so true.
Wasting time. So when we can be spending that time somewhere else being proactive, productive, because we got places we trying to go in life. We want to explore. We don't want to be considered an average individual. That's not us. We got to get out in the real world and do our thing. We got to be consistent. If it take us, like I was telling her, you know, I'm consistent. I'm just trying to be successful in whatever it is I start. That's just how my mind is set up. So it's a routine. I have to get out every day and try to, how can I be better than I was yesterday?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what gave me purpose to become who I am today, you know? I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business. It took levels, it's steps to get to where I was, to where I am. You understand? But it don't stop here. I'm still trying to set up different things to do with my life, you know what I'm saying, with my family. But it all work out. You can't stop. You can't get up. You can't give up. You can't get discouraged.
Yeah, it's very easy, y'all.
You can't. I'm telling you, it's some moments.
It's so easy to just be like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I give up. I'm tired of trying. I don't want to think outside the box no more. I'ma just be.
Exactly.
I can't. It's taking too much.
Exactly. I have them same moments.
But then you can. But somebody like me and you, that it's only gonna last for so long. Cause after a while we gonna be like, hold the hell up.
Exactly. I just had a moment. I had a rough week last week.
Yeah.
Feeling down. So it's like.
And what did you get accomplished?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Like I said, I do auto detailing. So as y'all know, we was dealing with this hurricane. I got rained out the whole week. No income.
We still did nothing.
No income. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what my next move is. And I was finding myself feeling down. So her and I, we started to talk. We got to figure this out. Okay, what can I do to change the energy at this very moment? You know what? We got on our phone. We did a little bit of research. Oh, there's a networking event we can attend. Boom, there you go.
Oh, consistency. What did we agree to do, or like, what is our goal now?
There you go. So we turn that energy into something very positive. So we sat down and we talked. You say, you know what? This went very well. So at least once or twice a week, we're gonna sit down, Find a networking event and attend it.
Just go.
Just go and do it.
Just go.
Being in the room, the moment we walked in this room, full of these
like-minded people.
Everybody in there, I feel as if they wanted that we shared the same thing.
It was like you can feel the vibe.
Man.
Like you could feel the frequency was at an all-time high. It was like the aura of the room was like professional.
That's what we needed.
It was professional. It was like, man, it was exactly what we needed. And so consistency for us looks like figuring out how much time we can commit to these things,
right?
And then committing to it. Be consistent. Show up for yourself,
right?
Even when Thursday comes, because we're trying to make Thursdays our day where we drop the girls off and we go and we network. It's kind of like a date night. You know, you got drinks, you got appetizers, and you mingling with grown people, but at the same time you're getting your brand out. You're having intellectual conversation with people who are of the same mindset. You can laugh and joke about things that, you know, aren't like minimal, aren't mediocre, aren't a waste of time. You know, like it's a big difference. Like your crowd, let me tell y'all something.
It makes a difference.
It is so important to cut off any and everybody who brings you down.
Right.
Like do it selfishly, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If I've been in this place on numerous occasions, you have to at some point, and I ain't saying cut everybody off because you sick, no, do what you can to speak light into somebody's life, but at some point when you have come to realize that that particular person just isn't on your level just yet, cut it. The guilt is not yours. I'm telling you right now. It is so important to preserve your own energy, your own like positivity, because like I said, life throws everything your way to make you feel like, I even heard the other day that like our brains are set up to like immediately go to something negative. Immediately.
That's crazy.
Like that's how our mind works. So you already working overtime to flip the channel from a negative one to a positive one, but yet you got somebody in your ear who is too much static. You can't even tell which damn channel you on. You have to let it go.
Read
you have
books.
to let it go. Oh yes.
Read books.
Oh yes.
Motivational books is what we read.
Even if it's 10 minutes a day.
It changes your mood. When you feel as if you having a bad day, read a book. Read a motivational book. Read listen to like she said, a podcast, something motivational.
Change who you follow on your social media.
If you don't like to read books, turn it on, listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's so many different ways to get the message inside you, to change your vision, change your way of thinking, like turn that negative into a positive. It's so, like she said, it's so easy for someone to put a negative thought in your mind.
Just like that, without you even noticing.
So, oh man.
Our time. A lot of our spare time is on social media, no matter what it is, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
Right.
If you are going to be on there, make it work for you. And I don't mean so much so as monetizing it. I mean, if you can, great. But I mean more so of let it be just another avenue of positivity coming into you, pouring into you. You are learning from these things. Like, don't get me wrong, it can be hard, because there are people on Instagram that I was following that they weren't necessarily, you know, negative, but the things that they were doing didn't align with where I was trying to go. And while I enjoyed it as entertainment, I had to sacrifice them. I had to take them off my timeline, because when I'm scrolling, I'm trying to see, girl, you a boss, and you know, you are in charge of your life, and you make your decisions, and you're the only one stopping you. And these are the things I have. If I don't have that as I'm scrolling, I'm losing it. I'm everything on Instagram is pulling me this way.
Correct.
I need something that's gonna bring, oh, hold on. Like, all right, you done seen, you know, cousin ABC over there having fun in Vegas, and you really want to go, but bam, they go to the next post that say everything you do is for a reason. You have to have that balance. It's like I said, again, life and this world we live in makes it so hard to stay on track. Crazy. So hard. It's so hard in so many different ways. So you have to do everything you can to create other ways that fight that helps you knock it out. You can't do it without reminders. You can't do it without purpose and without passion and without consistency. You can't.
But you have to take steps, and you have to be consistent with those steps. And I guarantee if you don't stop, you will succeed.
Absolutely. Can't nobody stop you.
Trust me.
Stop you? Who gonna stop you? Who gonna stop us?
Yourself. Nobody. Ain't nobody gonna stop us.
Nobody.
Because we get it now. It's like I said, it's very frustrating in the beginning, but the more and more you do it, it becomes repetitive. It becomes second nature. It's easy. I know what I have to do now. I want to go out every day. I want to make more money than I made yesterday. I know what I have to do. It takes me to go out there and do it.
Even when you don't want to.
It's like, damn, I'm tired though. That's a negative thought.
That's what the 99% say. But the 1% say, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I know what I want, and I'm going to do it.
There you go.
I'm going to do it to get me there. Even if it's a half of a step. Even if it's something just to get to do something else.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Don't be stagnant. Do something every single day. And I told her 2 days ago, it doesn't necessarily have to be a major move. Right. It can be something very slight going towards what it is you're trying to become. Whatever it is you're trying to do. You made an effort. That's a success.
God,
that's it.
That too. God.
Even when you get to where you're trying to go. Now I'm this big successful individual. Okay, I made it. Okay, what's next? You still have to be sick. You still have to be consistent
to
maintain what you have built. You got to be consistent. You got to stay relevant, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because what you took so many years to build, and you get there, it can be taken away like that. Mm-hmm. Now you starting over. Now you working twice as hard to get there. Timing, man. Do not waste your time.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
If you feel as if you want somebody's job and it's not working well for you and you wasting your time, find something else. Do something else. Sit down. I don't care. Evaluate the situation again and go after your dream, man.
To go back to the thing on like how it can be frustrating and hard, like I read something a couple days ago that said if we did everything that we didn't want to do, we'd be where we'd want to be right now. If we took the time and did the things that we knew we had to do, but yet didn't feel like doing it or felt like it was beyond us or too hard or whatever the case may be, if we would just do the things that we don't want to do, don't feel like doing,
right,
we'll be there. It's us. It's us. It's our mindset.
We holding ourselves back.
Yeah, it's us.
That's crazy.
It's us. It's just as simple as that. It's just as clear and black and white. It's literally you. Because I am a full believer that anything that is placed on your heart heavy enough to transform your mind,
right,
is something worth fighting for. It's something that you were given. It was a vision that God had given you, and He's telling you, all right, You feel this way because this is what I intended for you.
Exactly.
So what are you gonna do? How far are you gonna go?
Exactly.
How are you gonna co-create this vision with me, because I can't do it by myself? Like, that's the only thing that's gonna stop God's vision for you is you. However you feel it's gonna help you stay in this routine that you're about to make for yourself. Challenge yourself. Make it a game. Do whatever it is that you have to do to hold yourself accountable. Because like I said, like, you ain't cheating nobody but you. And you can't hide from you. So you have to make it a point, make a decision and say, I'm sick of this. I'm tired. I need something better, something else. I know what I'm supposed to be. I know where I'm supposed to go. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, and I'm going to do it consistently.
Oh, wait.
Like, that's your only option.
Motivation.
It's your only option.
Sacrifice. You gonna get there. Trust me. As hard as it may seem, it's possible, man. Anything is possible. Do it.
It's coming.
Do it. I promise you, if you don't stop, you gonna thank us later.
Just go, y'all.
But that's pretty much all. I mean, we wrapping this video up right now, and
oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be back.
we gonna stay consistent.
I'm so glad that we did this. I did miss this, y'all. People were talking about our channel last time, so we really need to give the people what they asking for.
That's what we.
Because I do enjoy this. I need to make the time. I'm gonna pencil in time every week for Gerald and I to sit here and do this, and we're gonna be consistent with it. You know, and if y'all don't see us, hold us accountable. Say, hey, where y'all at? What's going on?
For real, we need that.
Yeah, like
we doing so many different things.
Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want us to talk about. It don't even have to be relationship,
exactly.
Or it can be anything. We always got an opinion. Period.
See?
Always got an opinion. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really enjoyed our conversation, because the consistency has been a part of, like I said, our private talks for a couple weeks now. And so we just thought we'd get on here and just talk to y'all about the things we've been talking about. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I know we have a couple, but we need a lot. So subscribe and hit the notification bell so y'all can know when we post. Again, hopefully every week.
Exactly.
Anyway, we love y'all. See you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.